we're talking about the fact that these attacks are happening more and more and more. It's not some form of clickbait. This is actually happening. Remember, I told you all a story about one of our neighbors lives about 7 miles, 7 or 8 miles, I think it is, away from us. And she was coming out of her house. And her car is parked a distance away from her front door, right? And as she came out, when she got between the house and the door, she said coyotes came out of the woods. They were out there and they started kind of growling like they were about to attack us. And one of our dogs literally came out of the woods out of nowhere, stepped in, and started attacking them, and they ran off into the woods. Now, remember, I said I've never known coyotes to try to attack a person. I'm thinking that they were wild dogs somewhere, just a pack of dogs. Well, y'all, I was wrong. They were indeed coyotes. Once more, Mr. H, when he was coming out,
Yeah.
he was outside early one morning,
Yeah.
right?
I was on the property early one morning,
And I mean very early.
and I heard something in the brush, kind of like in a ditch, kind of like area,
Because it's like a little drop.
a little drop.
Mm-hmm.
I heard something growling.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't figure out what it was, but it kept getting stronger and stronger, like it was getting ready to just come, because it was just growling strong and stronger and stronger, and I knew it wasn't a fox.
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't a fox.
It sounded too big for that.
Yeah.
Bigger. Mm-hmm.
And with the limited lighting the area that I was in, I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
And so Tamu came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Once again,
Yeah.
Tamu came charging down. I don't know how did he know exactly where we was, and he ran it off.
Just took off after it.
Yeah, he ran it off.
And he was gone just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was gone. Whatever it was, he went after it.
Yeah, and this was like 7 months ago or so.
Yeah. Yeah.
7 months.
And we never did see what it was. But that brings us like back to like, and now really like, you got to be careful now when you're going out like before dawn, when it's really dark early in the morning. You got to be careful because you don't know what's around you, right? And this was actually before we had fenced off the area that he's talking about. It
Yes.
didn't have a fence at that time.
Yes.
So so it wasn't fenced at that time where he was. And so now it's fenced now, but still, you still got to be careful.
You got to be careful.
Now that brings us to what we're talking about, which is we were watching on I want to say it was one of them was on the news and another one was just a recent social media post where on the news a coyote tried to drag this man's child away.
Yes.
It was not in the woods somewhere. It didn't even look like they were in the country.
It
looked like they were in the suburbs. Yeah.
It was in the suburbs.
And, like he had just taken his child. I'm sorry about the camera shaking. Like he had just taken his child out of the car.
Yeah.
Like it could have been like a 2 or 3 year old child, right? Little bitty something. Like he had just taken it out of the car and he was still looked like he was getting something out of the car. And a coyote literally is dragging his child.
Yeah. So what he did, he picked up a bottle. He picked his child up.
Yeah.
Kicked at the coyote and threw a bottle at it.
To run it off.
And the coyote was still standing there like,
Yeah, like if I get another chance, I'm finna come back and try to get it again, you know?
Man, these coyotes.
So I stand corrected. These animals will attack you.
Peace and blessings, family. Sister Ajali, please watch the entire video. That is such a profound help. Like, comment, subscribe, and donate. You can donate at Radical Sister through your Cash App, or you could go to my Patreon, or you can buy all my books and soon the soap again. These are of just absolute pivotal benefit to me getting our food tested. I don't mind if somebody else does that, if they're testing for radiation and they're doing it in the only way possible. But I'm just saying, so far, I haven't met that person. I love you. Whoa. I love this couple. They're so adorable. They're so just down to earth. They own their own farm. And this sister, I downloaded every single how to can food, her canning videos, because she is an expert at that. They just recently did this share. People are being attacked. Be alert. And I thought it was like a lot of people when they put up, like Brother Yappa Yappa did a clickbait title that he admitted was thoroughly clickbait, where he said, I can't watch the Radical Sister anymore. And he sort of meant it because he's a very empathic brother who is astute as all get out, and he understands the brevity of what I'm sharing. And the fact that They Thug has removed all of my former platforms is an act of war, an act of genocide. And so they clearly don't mean this as clickbait. They were talking about an increasing amount of coyotes who are attacking people. And the sister, who has a just long history of tending the earth and being in more rural type of settings, she says she never known coyotes to attack people. This is a whole new thing for her. Now, I'm going to leave the link to this share so you can go and listen to her and Mr. H, where they also were wondering why these attacks are increasing. And she just put it to a new subdivision that's been built in their area, even though she did discuss how far reaching this increase in coyote attacks is. I'm going to make it global reaching and explain exactly why this is the contamination of Fukushima fallout and all things nuclear fallout all over our planet. Now, just to start out, I have begun the slow, arduous upload of, I'm just going to concentrate on the Fukushima videos onto my Rumble account, and it's going to take me a long time to do this. But this one is up here, Super Sloppy Genociders, where a lot of what I'm going to cover, and I'm going to cover more, is in this video. Going over the comments in the thread, it's obvious this is something that a lot of people are experiencing. It's not just isolated to a couple people. Now, some people are saying it's food scarcity and habitat loss, but trust and believe, ain't a single person in here talking about the effects of man-made radiation. And this, I do believe, is exactly the incident that the sister is referring to. Dramatic moment, father saves his 2-year-old daughter after she was ambushed by a coyote outside their LA home. I don't know, it may be the same exact one, but I know the sister does not live in LA. But there it is, and thank goodness he managed to save his child, because that little sucker just came in and literally was just dragging the child away. And here's where Deducing the real origin of all of this involves not simply stopping at opinion. Opinion is a beautiful thing, but it'll get us all killed, because this is something that is escalating across all species. This change in the food chain. Nearly 300 great white sharks are living in the waters just off the coast of California. A jump of 35% in 10 years. Okay? And here they put the reasoning is proving marine mammal protection is helping sea animals thrive. That's a bunch of BS. Because the attacks from sharks, not just from coyotes, but the attacks from sharks are escalating, because where they would usually congregate in the middle of the Pacific is filled with death. Now, these reports are very precisely hidden. So study. Dead sea creatures cover 98% of ocean floor off California coast, up from 1% before Fukushima. All right? Just so we understand what we're dealing with. Animals don't want to die, and they're quite intelligent. So where you can't find food, you're not going to just stick around saying, well, I'm just going to calmly starve to death. No, they're going to come closer and closer to the coast where there might still be life. There might still be humans, because the attacks are escalating from in these situations in the waters too. Understand, the radiation is infesting the Pacific Ocean. That's where it started out, but it's gone everywhere. And we as humans, we live inside homes. So we have been protected to a certain measure, although that's gone because we're eating the food. But the animals, the creatures, they're exposed to whatever comes flying through. And when you break the food chain, mountain lion attacks increase. Hey, do mountain lions attack humans? Not like they are now, because danger in the foothills. Mountain lion attacks increase. Are mountain lion attacks on the increase? Oh, yes. Here it says, what we are seeing is a statistical anomaly. No, it's Fukushima. Here they were saying 90% of marine species at risk of extinction by 2100 if greenhouse gas emissions are not curbed. Are you driving your putt-putt car at the bottom of the Pacific Ocean? Is that why it went through a drastic die-off 1 year after Fukushima? No, I don't think so. And this isn't something that's happening all the way, 2100, so don't you worry your little head about anything. Don't worry about your children and your grandchildren, right? It's all gonna happen way away from now, okay? So just go back to sleep, okay? Scientists warn that 90% of plankton is gone in the Atlantic Ocean. What? This is brand new. This is brand new, July 20th, 2022. But they got us all fixated on the latest stupidity coming out of Kanye's mouth. Right? We need that daggone plankton. And as I said, radiation doesn't stay in one place. It moves. And they got nuclear reactors all over the daggone place. They even got them in colleges. And they vent radiation. They have to, or they would all explode. And so the conclusions that I've been reaching for years, I came to them just by thinking logically and realizing the phytoplankton are imperiled, and they provide, over all the oceans, they provide one half. From the Pacific, it's 1/3, but from all of them combined is 1/2 of our oxygen. And so this is something that I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. 90% in the Atlantic gone, and our oxygen is in danger. There are solutions even for this, but saying nothing ain't gonna cut it. And so just to emphasize that this is not limited to one region or one species, I had highlighted this in the video that I put up on Rumble. The ultimate defense. Pet owners are dressing their dogs with spiked body armor to protect them from hungry bald eagles. Why would bald eagles be hungry? Right? If everything is coming back to life, why are they hungry? And they're dying too. So these little outfits here, as ridiculous as they look, these suckers are expensive. You don't get this just because it's a fashion statement for your dog. Right? No. Because, people like to hug up on Fluffy. And I don't think you want to be hugging up on studded Spike Fluffy. Nor do you want to be spending $293 for a dog armor vest. Right? Something's changed. Something drastically has changed. And these dudes are gonna lie about it. I had also in that share highlighted this article. Basically, I'm just gonna outline it as the substance they're identifying as the cause of the eagles dying is actually from the runoff of nuclear reactors. They don't say that in the article, of course not. Right? But when I did the research, I found out, it's bromine. And there's a radioactive bromine that comes from nuclear power plants. So it's simply a matter of just putting all the data together. I do the best that I can. And seeing how I'm about that because I haven't changed. We got a problem. How the loss of phytoplankton could lead to our demise. This is all very nebulous. I'm just going to put it out there. If we do not do something right now, we're doomed. I'm not here to fearmonger you. I'm here to say, get the warning out in every regard. And there's beautiful people who are doing that, who are sharing my warning far and wide. Brother Yapo, that's why he did that share, because he's just like, it's just so frustrating when you actually bring the content that is beneficial for everybody, not just for Black people, for everybody, even though this integration is killing everybody. And then that's not something you're supposed to walk away from. That's not something you're supposed to say, oh boy. No, that's something where you're like, do you like discomfort in your life? Nobody likes discomfort when it actually shows up. Trust and believe, running out of oxygen is going to be severely uncomfortable. And I know it seems like some sort of movie scene where it's just so wild you can't take it seriously. But these dudes, they're taking it seriously enough to hide it. Even though this study after study, decline in oceans, phytoplankton alarms scientists, experts pondering whether reduction in marine plant life is linked to warming of the seas. What's warming the seas? Where did all this originate? But in the Pacific Ocean. And they'll give you so many just lame damn reasons. Is Monsanto killing oceans too? It started in the Pacific, but Monsanto's Roundup, glyphosate, all that crap is being used all over the planet. All over the planet. There shouldn't be a drastic catalyst. There shouldn't be just such a clear point of origin. if it's Monsanto, much as they are, yes, their name is my demon. But it's bigger than just one company. Just like it's bigger than just the coyotes. I just keep using this just composition that Brother Black Up in You Too, now known as Mad Black, put together. I love it. Very just simple, to the point, very dynamic on the eyes. So many amazing people have heard me, have shared what I'm just documenting. And it's unfortunate to me, but I'm like, I wind up being attached to something that's affecting people who've never even heard of me. I don't even need them to hear of me, but it's going to affect them too if they do not hear me. All right? That's crazy. It's wild, but it is what it is. So donate. Buy all these books. That's like, where were you when the big thing happened and you were just like, I wish I had been there. You could be there right now. Right now. Support the only person who knows we need our food tested. I don't know how I'm going to get it done, but without your help, it ain't going to get done. And we need that. I love you. Straight, black, family, pride, and we are out of this hell. Peace and blessings.